Welcome everyone. Welcome to our pre-full moon garden visualization in Capricorn, January 2023. Let's continue to build our healing garden as a group at some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, meeting PK there and turning our garden into a shrine of consecration and intending to offer our garden as a chalice for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. Let's gather in our garden. But before doing so, let us align with our own soul briefly. Raise your consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can. Carry the thought or consciousness upward through the astral body, through the mental body, then to the soul. And now visualize a lotus fully open, scintillating with light and pulsating like a living heart as a symbol of your soul body. And now place yourself right in the center of your lotus, realizing that you, the personality, and you, the soul, are one. And from that high vantage point, definitely and consciously assume the attitude of the observer. Observe the personality below. Visualize your etheric body and see energy flowing freely up and down the etheric spine. And now consciously throw soul energy down into the center at the base of the spine, using indigo blue light. And now in your imagination, raise that light slowly via the 5 systems up the etheric spine, then to the ajna, then to the crown, and up into your soul body. And say the soul mantra with conviction, knowing who you really are. I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And sound one Om as if you were the soul in full expression. expression, as if you were the initiate, as if you were in the presence of the Master. And now let's walk into our garden. And at the entrance, we stroll through arches of climbing roses, Master KH favorite flowers, clusters of flowers in abundance overhead, and choose the colors you like. And as you stroll, let the roses gently caress your face, breathing in the delicate aroma of the cascading, colorful roses percolating through the air. Small, lovingly trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway, and hear the crunch of the stones under our feet. Along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers, flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones of red, yellow, pink, all sorts of colors. And as we create these rows, we include our favorite flowers. The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft carpet for us to walk on. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse, standing tall and strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. As we assemble there quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the space with their clear, melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space. A chorus of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. Sitting still and silent around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. And in the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. Around the lighthouse, we see a large, quiet pool of crystal clear blue waters. And flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickle of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden water flowing steadily. And across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool, we see loads of lotuses in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color. But they are all reflecting their light in the healing waters. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads us to a cozy and serene corner. A few chairs or a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus, create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. Inhale the perfume of the flowers, imbuing and permeating the air, as everything in this garden quivers with livingness. And you can bring in people that you feel are in need of healing. Bring them in this corner. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. We come to a tranquil pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in the blue pool, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns alongside the rocks, draping in the water, enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads us to flower beds. They are a riot of spring color, reds and creams and yellows and pinks of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle, living stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their subtle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air. Their delicate and fragile wings are like floating petals, catching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. Buzzing bees surf the open spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating bright golden pixie dust. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft, velvety carpet. The air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the streams in this tranquil garden, quivering with life. This garden that we have just created is our garden, our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner which has our individual touch. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this tranquil space. Let's now invite the presence and the cooperation of the healing devas working under the Christ. Visualize them in our garden, enlivening it with their magnetism. Sitting in sacred silence, our hearts beating as one. Let's link up with each other as we say the healer's mantra aloud together. With purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart, we offer ourselves for this work of healing, this offer we make as a group, and to the ones we seek to heal. And nominate aloud people that you'd like to receive healing. We open our inner eyes, endeavoring to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. We know that Master DK2 stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up to a higher state of consciousness. We are now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. And soon, this light begins to take shape and a definite figure appears. And in our imagination, it is that of Master DK's. So let us be impressed by powerful, silent waves of golden light emanating from Master DK at the summit of our lighthouse, streaming through our harmonious group, irradiating the garden around us and imbuing it with spiritual goals and desire for liberation. Feel the silent, supernal light of Capricorn immerse the space in our group. Capricorn is the sign of the goat, which seeks its sustenance in the most rocky and arid of the world's places. As the goat, he is man, the earthly, human, greedy seeker after the satisfaction of desire, climbing to the heights of worldly ambition. Or he is man, the equally selfish aspirant, hunting for the satisfaction of his aspiration. In the early stages, upon the mutable cross, he is man, the blend of desire, water, and the animal nature, earth. It is also the sign of the crocodiles, which live half in the water and half on dry land. Upon the reversed wheel, he is man, the blend of soul and form. It is also spiritually the sign of the triumphant initiate, the unicorn of God, the symbol of the unicorn with its one horn outthrust like a single spear upon his brow, instead of the two horns of the scavenging goat. Upon the fixed cross, the goat becomes the unicorn and leads to victory. The crocodile, the goat, and the unicorn depict three stages of man's unfoldment. The three horn signs, Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn, are the great transformers under the great creative plan. They are in the nature of catalysts. Each of them opens a door into one of the three divine centers of expression, symbols in the body of the planetary logos of the three higher centers in man: the head, the heart, and the throat. These signs are like doorways. Aries opens the door into Shambhala. Taurus opens the door into hierarchy. Capricorn, esoterically called the doorway into life of those who know not death, opens the door into the hierarchy in a higher aspect. In these signs and their relationship upon the fixed cross lies hidden the mystery of Makara and of the crocodiles. The symbol for the sign Capricorn is most mysterious, DK tells us. It conceals the mystery of the crocodiles, or Makara. Note the Egyptian god holding an ankh, symbol of life itself, the hieroglyph of Venus, the hierarchical ruler of Capricorn. Note also the symbolic crocodile or Makara's headdress. The fifth creative hierarchy of the crocodiles or Makara is governed by Venus, the hierarchical ruler of Capricorn. The fifth hierarchy is a dual one. This hierarchy wields, as we know, the dual aspects of Manas, one in the three worlds and one which makes itself felt in the higher spheres. They are the fivefold links, the benign uniters and the producers of atonement. Esoterically, they are the saviors of the race, and from them emanates that principle which, in conjunction with the highest aspect, lifts the lowest aspect up to heaven. Hence, the science of redemption. And the souls themselves, the solar angels, being the redeemers, raising matter to heaven. The units of the fifth hierarchy are called the hearts of fiery love. They save through love, and in their turn, these lives are peculiarly close to the great heart of love of the solar logos. These great redeeming angels, who are the sons of men on their own true plane, the mental, are ever therefore pictures as taking the form of 12 petaled lotuses. This symbology, linking them up with the sun of divine love, the manifested solar system, which is said to be a cosmic 12-petaled lotus, and with a logoic causal lotus equally of a 12-petaled nature. So let us pause for a minute and let's think in the heart as a soul group, opening our hearts and minds as we visualize with Venusian clarity the flow of life and love from the egoic lotus of our solar logos on the cosmic mental plane to his heart center on the monadic plane, then to the heart center of our planetary logos, hierarchy on the Buddhic plane, to all the solar angels, the hearts of fiery love on the mental plane, and to the heart center of all human beings, stimulating the very center, the jewel of all etheric atoms on the etheric plane. Capricorn is the great sign of crystallization. So what are we crystallizing? In Capricorn, the man reaches either the height of personal ambition or he becomes the initiate, attaining his spiritual objective. What is our spiritual objective? Formulate it in your mind. Capricorn marks not only the point of the deepest concretion and therefore of death, but also the point of highest initiation and of entrance into the life aspect of deity. The will is an expression of the law of sacrifice, being essentially that monadic essence identified with the will or purpose of the planetary logos. The basic sacrifice which the planetary logos made was when he decided to incarnate or enter into the form of this planet. This was from pure choice, motivated by his fixed determination to function as the savior of the planet. So the initiate, on his tiny scale, must learn to function also as a savior, and thus express the law of sacrifice through the medium of the developed, pure, reasoning will, and not simply from that of impulsive love and its activity. Here lies a basic distinction. Let's ponder on this last statement for a minute. The initiate must learn to function as a savior and thus express the law of sacrifice through the medium of the developed, pure, reasoning will, and not simply from that of impulsive love and its activity. The great theme of light underlies our entire planetary purpose. The full expression of perfect light, occultly understood, is the engrossing life purpose of our planetary logos. The soul itself is light, and the entire hierarchy is a great center of light, causing the symbology of light to govern our thinking, our approach to God, and enabling us to understand somewhat the meaning of the words of Christ. I am the light of the world. These words carry meaning to all true disciples and present them with an analogous goal which they define to themselves as that of finding the light, appropriating the light, and themselves becoming light bearers. Lastly, the center of life, where dwells the Ancient of Days, the eternal youth, the Lord of the world, Sanat Kumara, Melchizedek, God. Yet from that center streams the light of life, the light supernal. Our planetary logos, called the Great Sacrifice, made the sacrifice to incarnate owing to his ability to identify himself in full consciousness with the soul in all forms of life. Those seeds of life striving within the substance of the form and seeking added life and light, as the old commentary puts it. His response, as expressed in will, activated by fixed determination, was to meet the deeply hidden divinity within these seeds. So the initiate, on his tiny scale, has to learn to work as a nourisher and savior of the seeds of life within all forms with which he may achieve a measure of identification. And under this law of sacrifice, Sanat Kumara must turn his back upon the central spiritual sun, and with the light of his countenance irradiate the path of the prisoners of the planet, acting as the sun and light of the planet until the day be with us and the night of Pralaya descends upon his finished task. The soul is portrayed as a lotus with 9 petals, hiding within these petals a central unit of 3 petals. And these, in their turn, secrete the central life, or the jewel in the lotus. And we are told that Capricorn guards the secret of the soul itself. And this it reveals to the initiate at the time of the 3rd initiation. And this is something sometimes called the secret of the hidden glory. That is, when the electric fire of pure spirit latent in the heart of the lotus is first contacted. Let these words soak in our mind and impress the cells of the brain. Capricorn guards the secret of the soul itself. So as initiates, we have to identify with a jewel, with a hidden glory within. Of the electric fire of pure spirit. Lost am I in light supernal, yet on that light I turn my back, are the keywords for the soul. Just like our Father in the heaven turns his back to the central spiritual sun. So let us be lost too in the light of the solar angel, in the light of the hidden glory, the light of life, the light supernal in our identification with the solar self or the spiritual self, the hidden life within all forms. Let's visualize our lighthouse standing strong and detached in the middle of our garden, symbol of our silently united soul group as we lose ourselves in the light of Master DK at the summit, glowing as a powerful focal center of harmony, directing the light supernal in the heart of every blade of grass, every flower, every lotus, every tree, every molecule of water, and every molecule of air of our garden. Now let's turn our back on the light of life, the light and the life supernal. Let's distribute it as the one soul with no other goal but service, freely and selflessly to humanity. By visualizing the flow of unconditional love or the will to good emanating from the triangle, the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Buddha, with a Christ at the center, blending these three principles of will, love, and light. Let's superimpose this triangle on the soul triangle made up of the Christ, Master DK, and our soul group. See these two triangles blend and fuse to become one triangle. And now superimpose these blended triangle on our group chakric triangle, vitalizing it. And this chakric triangle is made up of our group crown chakra, our group ajna, our group alta major, bringing this dispelling radiance right down to the etheric plane. Let's manifest it. Let's step it down. Let's crystallize it. Let's materialize it by the power of our will. And now directing this dispelling radiance via our group ajna, right eye, left eye triangle. Let's place this blended triangle, impressing it over the three planetary centers triangle, London, Geneva, and New York. Three of the 5 inlets of hierarchical love onto the planet. Just say the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice, saying it slowly and deliberately, believing in the results. May the love of the one soul, focused in this group, radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. May this thrive under the strenuous conditions of the climb to the mountaintop, and may the Makara further the metamorphosis of the goats into unicorns. Just like Christ every day under his great pine tree at the sunset in his garden, with his hands uplifted in blessing over all those who truly and earnestly seek to aspire. Let's picture a great pine tree in our garden. Let's gather around the Christ, Master DK in the Healing Ashram, under this pine tree, saying the great invocation together as one united group. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. And as we visualize a shaft of light, let us sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth, and see a shaft of love flowing down on earth as we sound a blue Om. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And see a stream of will to good flowing down on earth as we sound a blue Om. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Raise your clasped hands above your head and say, "And so let it be," and help us do our part Then bring your hands down to your forehead and let them rest on your heart. May the blessing of the Christ and of the hierarchy rest upon all true servers, and may they stand tranquil in the midst of strife. May the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane, what the sun is to the gardens of the world. A place where the doorway to life of those who know not death is open wide, and where the light of life shining forth brings healing to the whole.